Quilts are flying, colors splash. Pins and patches, stories grow. Stitching secrets we all know. Patchwork of laughter sewn in time. A spool of joy on every line. We chat, we sew, we laugh, we thrive. Stephen and Walter, our life. Sewing tales with every square. Buttons falling everywhere. A crooked seam, but who will care? Iron presses line so neat. Friendship's quilt can't be beat. Patchwork of laughter sewn in time. A spool of joy on every line. We chat, we sew, we laugh, we thrive. Stephen and Walter, our life. Sewing tales with every square. Buttons falling everywhere. A crooked seam, but who will care? Iron presses line so neat. Friendship's quilt can't be beat. Patchwork of laughter sewn in time. A spool of joy on every line. We chat, we sew, we laugh, we thrive. Stephen and Walter, our life. Our Stitch by stitch they weave the tale. A patchwork life where laughs prevail. Patterns clash, but who can tell? Quilted chaos suits us well. Stephen and Walter live on air. Threading humor, they don't care. Teaching, chatting, pulling strings. Life's a quilt of funny things. Pins and needles, jokes abound. Sewing secrets they have found. Fabric flying all around. It's a show where joy is bound. Stephen and Walter live on air. Threading humor, they don't care. Teaching, chatting, pulling strings. Life's a quilt of funny things. Pins and needles, jokes abound. Sewing secrets they have found. Fabric flying all around. It's a show where joy is bound. Stephen and Walter live on air. Threading humor, they don't care. Teaching, chatting, pulling strings. Life's a quilt of funny things. Pins and needles, jokes abound. Sewing secrets they have found. Fabric flying all around. It's a show where joy is bound. Pins and needles, jokes abound. Sewing secrets they have found. Fabric flying all around.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
And just making sure everything is working here fine, that you can hear us and see us. And I think everything is hunky-dory. Takes just a moment for everything to catch up on these lives. Okay, so let's see here. And I think it's working. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yep, it's working.
And-
Okay, that's good. All right, we've got all the technical stuff up and running, so let's see who's joining us today. Lots of people coming in, which is always good because I hate talking to an empty room, although I do that a lot. So Barb is here. She was number 1, and Faith right on her heels. Dana is here as well, and Russ, of course. Russ, I thought you used that joke last week. Judy is here. Nina is here. Yes, we are going to enjoy our trip to Japan. I hope we get there. Yeah, we'll talk more. Patricia is here as well, and Suzanne. Charlotte says good afternoon, Stephen and Walter. Joanna is here. Karen B. Mona. Gloria. Dubrovka, she says we're here from sunny Timmins. She and Al.
Yeah, I think it's about the same temperature as it is here.
She says snow's almost gone. Ours has been gone for a while, yeah. Although we did see on our walk today, one lady, she's biting at the chomp. She was putting out her flowers. And, you know, you don't, in this country, at least in this, where we are in the country, the rule used to be you don't plant anything until after the 24th of May, because we could still have frost.
And the stuff that she was planting was not frost-proof.
No, what was she planting? Petunias?
Petunias and some other annual flowers that don't like frost. So
yeah, so it's not a good idea to... I mean, yeah, sure. It's kind of nice, and everybody's dying to get some, you know,
if you plant
color.
pansies, you're okay right now, but
yeah, yeah. We'll leave the pansy comment alone. Glenna is here from beautiful, windy O'Fallon, Missouri. Judy is here from Stony Creek, Ontario, and John's here from Art East. Hi, John. Charlotte is saying hello to everybody. Pat Wainwright is here. Hope everyone's having a good afternoon. I'm watching a couple of Canada geese out of my window. Shoot them. We don't want them. Mona says nice shirts. Yes, these are, well,
this is actually a shirt
this
I've
is
had
my
for a while.
Brand new Steampunk for Japan shirt. Walter finally got it done, so I'm premiering it today.
Yeah, I got it done during Sew Day yesterday. And I have another shirt that I have been doing for a while that was for me. And I'm just have to put buttons on it, but I'm trying to decide what buttons to put on it.
He's debating between colored buttons or black buttons.
Yeah.
With it. Adam is here. Hi, Adam. And Teresa is here as well. And Donna. And Sue Norfleet's here. Good Sew Day yesterday. Got a lot accomplished. Yes, I did too. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Gloria says, looking good today, gentlemen. Nice shirts. Thank you, Gloria. Judy says, fabulous shirts, both of you. And Stephen's new shirt is great, of course. Would you doubt it? Never.
I don't think I have a pocket on this one. No, I don't.
What, you don't have a pocket on that one?
No. I've always put ones. I don't always put them on mine. I always put one on yours, though.
Yeah. Well, I have to have one. I have to put my glasses in. The Steaming Bean is here. It's Scotty Mac in the house. And Jeannie is here as well. And Kathy. And around to it. Oh, that's... we haven't seen you forever. Shoot. Shirley, yes, it's Shirley. Yeah. Yeah, I had a mental block there, seniors moment. Adam says, sorry I couldn't join yesterday. I was on the telebox yesterday. The telebox? You mean the television? You were on the television? What were you doing on television? Tell us. Inquiring minds want to know, Adam. Yep. I knew it would come to me eventually, Shirley. He said, but we haven't seen you in a long time. Nice that you're here today. And I hope things are better with you, as because I know you were having some problems there before, so I hope everything has gotten better. Okay, so we've said hi to everybody. Oh, except we didn't say hello to Kelly. Hello, Kelly. She enjoyed the Zoom yesterday. I'm glad you did. Okay, well, yesterday we did have a pop-up sew day and pretty well attended. There won't be another pop-up sew day. There won't be one in May. Well, I guess yesterday was in May. So the one in May has been happening because yesterday was May the 2nd. But the next one, by the looks of things, won't be till June, possibly the first Saturday in June, which is June the 6th. That's tentative right now because we'll be gone to Japan. So, Adam says, I was demonstrating on Sewing Street for the Tartan Star quilt for John and Matt. Oh, okay. So for Tartan, no wait, Sewing
Street.
So is that the name of the show? Is that something that's only in Britain or what? I've never heard of it. Branka is here. Let's see. So the next pop-up sew day will probably be about June the 6th, but I'll let you know when I have it firmly planted. Okay, so yesterday during the pop-up sew day, I got a lot done too, and I'm going to show you what I got done. As soon as I get it up here on the screen. This is a little unusual, but I'll explain. Okay, so this has not been sewn together yet. It is on point, so that's why it looks a little weird, because I haven't got this set in triangles placed yet. But this is all fabric that are scraps from shirts Walter has made for me. So all the fabric that's in here, with the exception of the white and the black, are all shirt scraps. So I think it's going to look kind of cool when I get it all done. It's a little different. Once the blacks, my set in triangles will be probably black, although I'm thinking now I might do alternate. I might do black and white, black and white, black and white around. I had a different set of outside 9-patch squares on there earlier today, and the fabric I used in that, although it was still from this group of fabrics that I've cut up from the scraps left over from the shirts, just didn't work with the rest of it. I mean, it's all very busy fabric. As you can see, there's cats, there's parrots, there's some Australian fabric featuring lizards, and I think there's some kangaroos if you look closely too in some of the fabrics there too. So, but it'll be kind of interesting. I don't know when I get it done whether I'll let Walter quilt it or not. We'll see about that. But yeah, so I'm hoping to have it all sewn together before we go from Japan. So when we come back from Japan, it'll be ready to get onto Lucy at some point in time. Okay, so that, and I also was doing two things at once yesterday. Yes, I was multitasking.
You're not even a woman.
I know. That's insane. So what we have here is the panels for the front of a tote bag that's done as a in the hoop applique. It's called Gilded Books and Blooms. And there's a back panel as well. You duplicate it, basically, all of these panels twice. So now they're ready to sew together and then get a lining made and put handles and do all that stuff. All that stuff, of course, is done on a regular sewing machine, not in the hoop. But I think it'll be kind of nice when it's done. It takes a long time for these little panels because there is an awful lot of stitching going on with these. All these little pieces you see that look like little flowers on the book spines and vines and things, those are all embroidered onto that. The only applique is basically the strips of fabric that are being embroidered on. So yeah, but I think it'll be kind of nice. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Oh, glad. That reminds me of some old show where the guy says, "What do you think?" Yeah, it looks all right. It's all right. It's all right. Put a little sombrero on your head. So that,
just
and
out of curiosity.
Oh wait, what now?
Okay, you've got 3 books, a panel of 3 books, and a panel of 3 books.
Right.
One
then a single.
thing. And you've got
2 panels at the top will be
Okay.
the top of the
All
bag.
right, all right. So where's the one single panel goes? In between the two?
No,
Oh, okay.
you see how it's laid out, but they'll all be
Yeah,
sewn.
but okay, all right.
There's 1/2 inch seam allowance. And you see the very faint little line down on the edges?
Okay.
That'll be the guide for sewing when I lay it
Okay.
over, and I'll put a pin in and hold it, and they'll all fit together.
All right.
Got it. Now, wait, I forgot. There's one more piece that has to be done. Actually, too. There's a bottom part to this.
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot to. I haven't done that yet, so I thought it was looking a little short.
Yeah, that's right. There's a shelf.
There's a shelf, yeah, that they sit on, an ornate shelf too, which you got it in the way they've designed it, because you're going to have to cut out part of it when you put the bag together, right? Like the corners, for bagging the corners or squaring the corners.
Well, isn't the top of these books sort of match up with the top there too? See, there's a leaf coming out here, so
yeah.
you have to.
So I have to line those up
Yeah.
too. Yeah, yeah. It's tricky, but I've done it before. I mean, you do a lot of matching up with pins and things stuck in the right spots, and then clip it all, and it'll work. It works. Done it. I've done this kind of thing millions of times before, so not too worried about that. But yeah, I forgot about that bottom part. So I have more to embroider on that. And let's take a look at Walter's. Now, we talked about this on So Chatty, so I didn't put up all the pictures of everything he's done. We have
That was just my Friday night, or was so Friday
I think
night,
you did
Thursday
Thursday.
night goof up.
Oh.
I spent so much time drawing the boxes that when it came to quilting, I was tired.
I just questioned this one right over here.
Well,
that looks a little rude. I mean,
I know it was sort of an afterthought.
Yeah. Okay. We won't go there, Adam.
I don't know what I was doing at the time.
I was going to say, Adam, Walter's must have taken a design tip from Darren. Only we will understand what that comment meant. So, okay, so let's move back to us here. So we got all of that, and let's go and see if anybody popped in while we couldn't see the screen. And here we go. So let's see. Did I miss anybody? Adam, okay, said that. Bronske catching up here. Oh, Kathy says, I can't wait to see and hear about Japan. Yes, we will be doing videos. Okay, Adam says it's on YouTube Live too. It's a UK shopping channel like Sewing QVC. Okay, so it's on YouTube, so we can maybe see it on there. So I'll have to do a search later on and see if I can find it. So it was called, what, Sewing Street? So yeah. Laurel's here. Hi, Laurel. John Soups, I like that. You could put a pocket somewhere on it as a little nod. No, nod. What are we talking about? What are we putting a pocket on?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe means what Adam was doing. Maybe it had something to do with Adam. I don't know. Caroline's here. Hi, Caroline. Ruth is here as well. Hi, Ruth. She likes the embroidered tiles. What the pattern is. That pattern is called Gilded Books and Blooms, and you can find it on Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea? No.
Yeah.
OES. No, Urban Threads. Urban Threads, which is owned by OESD. It's just missing the spider web too. Naughty Walter. Oh, I see. Talking about your free motion. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it looks more like a tongue to me, but anyway.
It looks more like a set. Never mind to me. There's a lot of pieces. Oh, it's embroidered. So pretty. Yep. Lots of pieces to it. Your quilt made of shirt fabric could have a little pocket. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an idea. Yeah, kind of different. Sometimes I don't understand what people are saying. It's not me, it's them. Okay, so let's see. So Walter's not showing his shirt that doesn't have the buttons on it yet. So maybe it'll be ready for So Chatty this week.
Yeah,
I'll
might
show
be.
it then.
It probably will be.
Yeah. Well, I should hope. Okay, so what's coming up? Okay, no live, no Stephen and Walter live next week because this time next week we'll be
Part way to Japan.
yeah, somewhere still over probably northern Canada or something on our way. That's
No,
not right.
actually, I think the route's going over Alaska.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. As we go to Japan, I wondered if it would go more down towards the States.
No, it's flying over Canada, but then it goes up through the Alaska route or whatever.
Oh,
We're going very north.
very north. Okay.
I think that's the same route they take when they go to China.
Oh, all right. So, yeah, so that's why there won't be a live because we'll be in the air. With that. There will be, though, a Sewing with Stephen on Wednesday this week, as usual. But then there won't be another one for 3 weeks because we get back sometime the day before the Wednesday that I usually do Sewing with Stephen on. And I got a feeling we may be a little jet lagged after that. So not going to have it then. So our next one will be whatever the Wednesday is. That'll be June. Yeah, be about June 2nd. No, June 2nd or 3rd. Well, let's see. Let's do calculations. If June the 6th is a Saturday, the 5th would be the Friday, the 4th or Thursday would be 3rd. It'd be June the 3rd would be the next one. So you got 3 weeks off. Not for me, because we'll be doing videos when we're over in Japan. We hope we are anyways. We should be. So let's talk about the pop-up sew day. As I already mentioned, the next one probably won't be until June the 6th. And I think it was a good day yesterday. I got a lot done. And I think everybody else got lots to do. We had quite a few people come on, but people come and go as the day goes on because it's that kind of a thing, as you know. But yeah, I felt good about it afterwards, and I think everybody else had a good enough time. Nobody told me they didn't. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody had a good time. Okay, so review of past week's videos if you haven't seen them. Monday Morning Coffee with me was live. And you know how the live ones go, about 2 hours long. So bring coffee if you're watching it on the replay, didn't catch it. And we talked about all kinds of things because we always do. I enjoy doing the Monday Morning Coffee as a live. But I'm not going to do it every week as a live. Because that's too much. It's a different type of planning when you do that kind of thing. On the Idiot Quilter, I've started a new series on Healing Waters. That's my latest pattern, available to you for free. PDF file in the show notes. Click on the link, away you go. By the way, when you click on those, I don't know if it always comes up, but it takes you to a Google page and it'll come up and say that it can't check it for viruses or some stupid thing like that. Just ignore whatever that is that comes up and just click where it says download and you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So that's there for you. And I started off in the first video. These videos are not really, they're kind of like a tutorial, but kind of not. They're more or less you seeing my process of creating this quilt and how I planned it and everything like that. It could be done sort of as a tutorial if you want to work along with it, although to be honest, the pattern is not complicated because it's basically made up of a lot of half square triangles. So if you can do a half square triangle, you shouldn't have any problem doing the quilt. But I did talk about how I designed it using EQ8. Now, if you're looking for a tutorial on how to use EQ8, I am not the person to go to for that because I'm sure how I use EQ8 is probably not the real way you should use it. I have learned what I know about EQ8 on a need-to-know basis. It has a very steep learning curve, and to be honest, I don't use EQ8 often enough to remember how to do things. It's almost like new every time I use it. But it'll give you a sense. If you don't know what EQ8 is, it's Electric Quilt 8, it's called, and it'll help you to design a quilt. But it's a fairly expensive program to start with, and as I said, a very steep learning curve. But But for those of you that are technologically minded, you might be interested in exploring it if you've never seen it before. But it ain't easy. And I'm not going to even try to pretend that I can give you tutorials on how to use it beyond what I show you next week. Okay, so that on So Chatty, we continued on with using one of the add-on sets to the cube system of Accuquilt. Every cube, different size of cube, have 2 more additional add-ons.
Yeah, I know. So by the time you buy the cube
Yeah.
and you buy the add-ons, because the add-ons are about as much as the cube
It's
costs,
about $1,000
it's pretty expensive
per cube set.
for cubes, and that only makes the one size, right? So
Well,
yeah,
it's based on one size of it. But having said that, you get, if you buy the basic cube set for one size, you have 72 different patterns that you can make with it, or blocks. By adding the cube sets, it adds another, each cube set will add another 72 to the 100 and, what did I say, 144? No, 72.
No, 72.
72. So adds another 72, so that's 144. And then I think another 72 if you get the other set. So you get a lot out of it for the money.
It's a lot of versatility.
To it. But anyways, I show you what you can do with the add-on one they call it corners. And this week coming up, I'm going to show you how to use the other set, which is called angles with it. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting an Accuquilt system, as we said in the videos, your best value is to purchase a cube set. You don't have to have the 2 add-ons right off the bat, because you'll be able to get tons of things out of the one cube set. And my recommendation is the 8-inch, just because I think the size that the blocks come out is more versatile, but it's up to you. And they all work the same way.
Yeah, it seems from what I read, the 8-inch is pretty popular.
Yeah. So, you know, you get a little bit more bang for your buck, I think, and it's a big buck. Okay, so that was on So Chatty as well. Also on So Chatty, there was a bonus video where I showed how I bind a quilt. I had this requested by several people. Especially people have a lot of problem getting their mitered corners, and I did too when I first started into quilting. You know, some people say they can get 3 corners, but the 4th one is always weird. And yes, and I know why it's weird. It's because it's a different angle than the other ones, because you're going all the way around, and so it's very awkward. But it's very doable. And the other thing, which I don't show in the video, I mentioned it. If you want to bind your quilt and get those nice mitered corners, make sure you have squared up your quilt. And you know, I know a lot of people don't square up their quilts. They look and go, yeah, that's close enough. No, it is not close enough. Even if all you're going to shave off is just like 1/8 of an inch on one side or something, you should still square it up. Ask me how I know. Because I was one of those kind of people. I wasn't even sure how to square up a quilt. Because, I mean, you got this big thing and you're trying to line it up. I went as far as to buy these laser corner things that are used by people who do woodworking and renovations and stuff, because I saw a video about it, with a chalk line, and no. And actually, it isn't hard to square up a quilt. And there will be a video about that in the Healing Waters series. When we get, after all the blocks have been put together, I'm going to show you how to square that quilt up. So, yeah, it's not difficult to square up a quilt, but it is definitely something you should really do if you want to get nice, straight binding and nicely mitered corners on your binding as well. Okay, so that's what's there. And yeah, tomorrow on Monday Morning Coffee, it'll be lots of things, whatever, and Idiot Quilter as well, and then So Chatty, and then that'll be it for those videos for about 3 weeks. But we are going to have videos of Japan. Now, Walter did some research, and you said what? What's their internet system like in Japan on the card we're going to buy?
Yeah, actually, we can get an unlimited 5G plan.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to
yeah.
get, right? And it's you said that the ratings on it, the uploading and downloading are very, very fast.
Yes.
So it's really the uploading that's the biggest problem when we go on a trip, because I have to upload the videos I create. And there have been times on some of our trips where I've set it before I went to bed to upload, and the next morning it was still uploading because I was going through the internet system in a hotel or whatever. And, you know, depending on where you're staying, what kind of service they have. But this looks like it's going to be pretty good the way we're doing it this time, because we're actually going to buy like a SIM card to put in our phone.
No, we're buying an
or
eSIM.
An eSIM. Oh, okay. It's an eSIM, not a physical SIM. And yeah, we got to do that before we go.
Yeah, we have to do that before we go.
And then activate it. And it's not that expensive for unlimited. Now, it doesn't it gives us unlimited data. It does not, though, allow us to make phone calls.
Yeah.
But we're not going to call anybody. So, you know, hi, we're in Japan. We're having a wonderful time. How are you? No. So we're not worried about that. And what's the cost for the time?
I have to look again. Actually,
You said something like $80 or?
Yeah, actually, I think it works out to more like 90 for us. But that gives us an unlimited plan, so.
And that's not too bad. I mean, we're on the Bell system. Anybody who's a Canadian knows what that is here. And they have a roaming plan for travelers.
That's the $80 plan.
Oh, that's the one from them.
Now, we can use that. That isn't such a big deal to use that. But the problem is that they only give you 5 gigabytes of data each day. And that isn't a big problem for me. But if Steve wants to do a lot of videos, then that could be a problem.
Yeah, so that's why we're not going with that one, with it. But my plan is right now that I'm going to try to post a video probably every day, because every day we'll see something different. And it'll be a travel log. Basically, what we saw that day, what we did, our reflection on that kind of thing. As far as doing a live, when we've traveled before, we've often tried to do, even when we were in Australia, we managed to do a live, but I'm not sure. Well, how many hours ahead of us are they? 12?
Yeah, might be a little difficult. They're about 13 hours ahead of us.
So timing.
It's either 12 or 13.
I mean, if we were to do a live, say on one night, say on Monday night, if we did a live at 6 o'clock Japan time,
it would be 6 a.m.
It would be, oh yeah, it's 12 hours. Yeah. It would be 6 a.m. for everybody here, Eastern time.
I mean, we could probably do one like
at 8,
9 o'clock,
or 9
8
o'clock, and that would be 9 o'clock. That might be more reasonable. We might attempt to do maybe 1 or 2 lives while we're there. We'll see how that all works out. Yeah, time zones are a bitch. But anyways, that's what we've got planned as far as videos are concerned. So someone asked me yesterday if we'd already started packing, and the answer to that was not really.
There isn't much to pack.
No, we don't take
very much.
We have learned over the years of traveling, back 40 years ago when we first started traveling the whole bit, oh God, we took huge suitcases packed full of stuff that 3/4 of it we never used or wore, that kind of thing. Now we travel with each of us has a small backpack. They're great backpacks. We talked about that last year when we went to Birmingham and when we went to the Netherlands, because that's what we took there.
Yeah, we went for 14 days last year. Yep. We took the backpacks. They weren't even full.
Nope.
And it was great.
And they're great backpacks. I mean, well, they weren't bad price. They were Rick Steves or whatever. A guy, if you know him, he's a travel guy. He used to do a lot of, he had a television show on something or other at one point in time. Anyways, they're great.
And not only that, there's both of the places that we're staying in Japan have laundry facilities, so if we
So,
decide we need to wash something out, we can do that.
so if someone has an oops, no, we can wash out those things. And we also have another kind of, it's not a crossbody bag, although where it's
It is a crossbody bag.
is it a cross? They actually call it a crossbody
Yeah.
bag. Oh, okay, it's a crossbody bag, but it's not huge. But it's kind of a thing that we take. It's our carry-on. We actually check our backpacks on the plane.
I mean, technically, we could carry
We
on
could.
our
It
backpacks,
would.
but we usually check stuff
Mhm.
because I don't like dragging it through the airport. So
Plus, when you get on the plane, you know what people are doing. They're all putting all their shit into the overhead things, and they've all got, they call them carry-ons, but they're more like suitcases. However, the airlines are getting a little better at telling people, if it doesn't fit in that little
I put
thing.
all my stuff that I don't want to lose in my in my carry-on, just in case they lose my luggage part.
And our carry-ons are our crossbody bags, which are very small and fit under the seat very easily. So, and I prefer them under the seat than up in that overhead.
And then we have lots of leg room. So.
Yes, we have lots of leg room, and because I can't reach the overhead. Okay, I'm like kind of a thing, and and I just don't like getting up and down and disturbing people with it. If I have it under the seat in front of me, I can reach down, pull it up, pull out what I need or what I want at the time, and I keep what I put in my on the carry-on is I have my iPad in there. I have all of my electronic stuff that I need for that, my chargers and things like that. My medications, and the important things, my passport, all that kind of stuff, and it's all in that, and it's at my feet. Anything that I pack in my checked-in bag is stuff that, okay, if I don't have my bag, I can replace it.
Except for my shirts.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, that's not technically, I don't think we've ever lost a bag. So
yeah, well, yes, we have. Well, we didn't lose a
we
bag,
didn't lose it.
but
It
we
was
left
about a
behind
week
in
late.
Italy. Yeah, it was a week before we got it, but that was on the way home, so
Yeah,
that
and
wasn't
we're
so
flying
bad.
direct from here to Japan. So
Yeah, that was many years ago that happened. But yeah, so we have it down pat, and when I pack for it, I have lists. And I keep my lists from every trip we go to. Like this morning, I created my new list for Japan, which basically pulled up the list that I had for the Netherlands, because basically what I took to the Netherlands is going to be pretty much the same that I'm taking to Japan, except I cut down on shorts, and I mean like short pants kind of thing, because in Japan, we have discovered it's a little bit frowned upon in public, like in public settings, that to be wearing shorts. And also at the time, like going now, it isn't the hottest part of their season. It's not cold. We've been watching the Tokyo, they're in the during the day.
yeah, that depends.
Low 20s.
So far, they've gone up to about 25 Celsius, but it's usually between 20 and 25. So
I'm not particularly. So it's just going to take up space. And as far as pants are concerned, you know how much time you can get out of a pair of jeans? 2 weeks. Ask me on. I'm taking 2 pairs of black jeans, and will be wearing on the plane 1 pair of black jeans. So technically, I'm taking 3 pairs of jeans, which is probably 1 pair too many.
well, that's 1 pair more than I'm taking. So
You're only taking what ones you're going to wear, and then another pair of that. Well, I might cut back too on it. We'll see.
I don't want to have to carry that stuff around with me.
No, true. Not
And
that-
like I said, there is opportunities to wash.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, maybe I'm just being a little bit too much. What are you taking for a jacket?
I'm going to take my London fog jacket. I'm going to probably wear it mostly on the plane because the plane's usually freezing cold inside.
Well, I was going to wear my sweater jacket and take my that one I bought last trip That's the what weather one, all weather, because it's compact. It just
Yeah.
rolls right up to nothing in the bag. And that. Now, how many pairs of shoes are you taking? Are you taking
One.
dancing shoes, and then you're going to take your
One pair.
one pair, and it'll be on my feet.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking my sandals because I won't be wearing shorts. And if for some reason I decide I need to wear my shorts, I'm taking my little short socky socks and wear my other shoes in that. So, whatever. So, yeah. So we have a list. Well, I have a list.
He has a list. I just throw stuff in a bag.
And so starting tomorrow, I will start to pull certain things out and laying them on the guest room bed. And then I'll start packing them up. As far as toiletry things are concerned, I try to take small quantities of my beauty treatments. Yes, I have to have my moisturizer. I really do. With that. And I keep them all in very small little containers that are, plastic ones and everything. And they go in on the checked-in bag. Okay? I don't have any fluids in my carry-on or sharp objects or gun, these things they seem to frown upon. And and anything, like I said, anything that, I should have brought that, I'll buy it. I mean, we're not going to a third world country. I am sure I can get some stuff. I bought shoes in Birmingham because I blew my Skechers that I had. Those damn slip-in ones. I liked those at first. Yeah, I know. Did we talk about that last week? No, anyways. Okay, so I'm taking the other ones. That's it. So, yeah. We won't go naked, and it's light. And I know that some people, and when I say some people, I mean the ladies, when you travel.
Yeah, like a lady I used to work with would say, I remember we went to Australia, and even when we went to Australia, we took more. We took a medium-sized suitcase, but I still only filled it half full to Australia. And then I said to one of the ladies I worked with, she says, "Oh my God," she says, "I need a suitcase just for my shoes." And I said, "Well, I wouldn't." Said to her, "I'm glad I'm not married to you."
Well, you see these people at the airport that have one of those big carts, and like there's
big trolley,
and there's two of them. And they have it stocked full of all these suitcases. What would two people need? Unless they're moving over there permanently and it's all their worldly possessions. Why would you need that many suitcases?
My deceased sister complained about my living sister that she went for a week to the Caribbean one time, and my sister had taken like 28 t-shirts with her.
How many?
28.
How long were they gone for?
A week.
4 t-shirts a day? Geez. I can get a good 3 days or 4 out of one of these shirts. Yeah. And no, they're not stiff and smelly. Okay. I am particular about personal hygiene. So, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I think, well, these people that take all this stuff, I mean, I understand it to a certain point. I mean, because when we first traveled that, I thought, well, what are we going to wear at night when we go out for dinner? You have to dress for dinner and you have to do this. Nah. If I'm not going to any place to eat that I can't dress like I'm dressed right now. If they don't like it, then I'm not going. So, yeah, it's simple as that.
Or if I can't wear what we're wearing now out for dinner, then it's too expensive a place for me to go.
Yeah, that too. So anyways, yeah, we have it all down track. Plus, we're doing the trains. We're doing public transportation.
Yeah.
So you do, and the Japanese, they have a system. Like when you're on their trains, we're going first class on the trains. Now that sounds probably a lot more elaborate than it really is.
Yeah, it's only about a quarter, 25% more to go first class. So,
but there's some advantages to that. Like we can reserve our seats on the train where we're going. There's less people in the car, and they actually have spots if you're going first class for if you had suitcases.
No, actually, it's not first class. any seat that whether it's first class or second class, you can get reserved seats on second class as well. But they have special seats where if you have oversized suitcases, and you have to book those seats,
Oh, okay.
right?
What, on any class?
On any class.
Oh, I thought it was
And
just first
they
class.
only have 4 seats in each car
Oh.
with that. So it's you have to get the seats, and what happens is you get the 2 seats, and behind your seat is where you can store your luggage.
Mm.
And then I think they have a luggage rack too, but you also have to reserve that luggage rack as well. And
they have a service though.
yeah, what happens in Japan, they have a service where you can, if you have a really big suitcase or whatever, and you're going from Japan, or you're going from Tokyo to Osaka, for instance, you can go to this service and they will ship it to you directly to your hotel. And it's not expensive. It's like $20 or $30 to send your suitcase ahead of you. So you don't have to drag it through the train station and all that other stuff. So that's really good.
That's the worst part for traveling, I think, is your suitcase and having to drag it all over with you if you're doing a lot of traveling. It's okay if you're going to a destination where, okay, you're going to a resort or you're going on a cruise where, okay, this is where I'm going to be for the next week or 2 weeks in here. I can unpack my stuff, put that away. I don't have to drag it around with me all the time. But if you're doing kind of traveling like we're doing, where you're going to be all over the place, then there's nothing worse than having to drag the bloody suitcase with you. So that's another reason why we have the backpacks. And the backpacks are designed to be like, a backpack, a traditional thing with the straps and everything. Or you can it has
There's
a
a handle on the
you can
side.
carry it in that, which makes it very convenient. And you don't want to be lugging something that's really heavy anyway. So the less clothes and stuff that's in the backpack, the lighter
Plus,
it is.
the backpacks allow us to store the straps on the back and behind, so it becomes a mini suitcase.
Yeah, it becomes mini suitcase. And so the straps don't get, there's no
Tangled.
chance of, dangling out and getting caught in the conveyor belts or anything, when you're checking them. So it's a good system. And it's got a lot of pockets in it that all have security things on them to, to thwart thieves or pickpockets and things like that. It was a good investment in those backpacks. I forgot, how much did we pay for them? 200?
200 a piece, I think.
Yeah, which isn't terrible. You can pay a lot more for backpacks too. So that's pretty good. So let's see, what are people saying here? Amelia is here, and Jen is in, and Joanna is here as well, and Judy from Southern Michigan. Layla is here. Randy is here, which is probably Kathy or Sue and Randy, our neighbors, kind of to speak of, 2 towns over or so. Yep. She goes, oh my God, Walter finished the shirt. And when Sue says hello, Sue. Bye, Randy. Layla likes the shirts. Love those cats. Oh, you retro pussies. Yeah.
This was at Spoonflower Fabric.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ruth says, I've enjoyed the Accuquilt replays. I need to use mine more often. I wish pattern makers would include Accuquilt cutting information in their pattern. Actually, Ruth, I think one of my patterns I did once, or I started to. Maybe I didn't carry on with it. But you're right. It would be nice for them to do that too. Maybe on a future pattern that I design, I'll keep that in mind and maybe put it in. I don't know if the one that I was showing you earlier is going to be a pattern or not. I didn't really make it as a pattern. I made it to use up scraps. But I mean, and it's simple enough pattern. It looks a little more complicated than it is. Teresa says, I found it easier to get good mitered corners if I thin out the batting in the corner. Yep, that's true. But also, if you have squared up your quilt, that's already kind of done for you. Because what happens is, if you don't square up the quilt, there could be a little bit of a wow getting near the corner, and so that's going to give you more batting. So if you've squared it up, you've already eliminated that problem with it. definitely I am a fan of squaring up your quilt. I know it can be awkward to do. It isn't hard to do. It's finding a spot big enough to do it on because you're laying out this whole quilt. But there's a way around that, and that's what I'll show in that video down the road as well, how to get around that. Chris says the video on sewing blocks and keeping points was very helpful. Well, I'm glad you found it. So that's good because that's what it was intended to be. Jen says, Stephen, you inspired me to drag out my Accuquilt system out with your previous series, and now I'm saving up for a block set. Yeah, and I just used the Accuquilt for that quilt that I have on the wall because the pieces of scrap that came from all the shirts that I had were all like scrap. They were big. So I cut them all down to 4.5-inch squares. So I made basically my own sort of charm packs out of all of them. And I did that in no time flat. It was really a fast process. Artist says, good afternoon from San Diego, California. I'm finishing putting my binding on my 400 hexagon quilt, all done by hand. Have a good trip. You're crazy, Artist. That took you a while, my God. Adam says, we did a week. Oops, where'd it go? Adam says, we did a week in Phoenix with a black ball each. And I got 16 yards of Tula in my bag returning and a huge Stanley Cup. Oh, you meant backpack. I was going to say, ooh, you had a good time in Phoenix. Matt packs for a trip like he's moving house. You know, that's why I make lists. Okay? Stick to your list. Because it'll help you to pack only that which you need. Because if you're starting to lay things out and you think, oh, maybe I should take another shirt. Oh, maybe I need another pair of pants or shoes or something like that. And then you've got this mountain of stuff you're trying to cram into a suitcase. It's why I make a list, and I keep the lists from every trip as a reference guide.
Sounds like the way my nephew packs. My sister, the one that takes the 28 t-shirts, she says, I know I'm bad, but you should see my son. When they went to Paris, they took 8 large suitcases with them.
Well, they had the 2 girls at the time.
Yeah, I know. The 2 girls had 2 5 or 6-year-old girls at the time had 2 large suitcases each.
Did they have toys in those suitcases?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they got.
Play with the Frenchman.
Yeah.
Really.
I don't know what you need to take.
I don't know. But it is. You get panicky. You're thinking, well, what if this happens?
What if it gets cold out?
What if it gets cold?
What if it gets cold out and you don't have the right thing? Buy a sweatshirt. Do whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
like for the most part, the places that we have traveled to, everything's available. Everything's available. You don't have to worry about it. Maybe if you're going on a really you're going to the deepest, darkest of Africa, out in the wilderness where lions will eat you, and maybe, you have to think of that. But
I mean, people will take huge bottles of shampoo and stuff like that with them, and how much hair do you have? Yeah.
And they take sample bottles. Kind of things of it. I mean, you can always get more. And most times in the hotels, even the ones that are more budget hotels, usually have those products there, for you. So, yeah.
Actually, I was reading that even the laundry in the Japanese hotels, what you pay to do your laundry, the machines have automatic soap dispensers in them.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. So you don't have to have your own soap?
You don't have to have your own soap.
Oh, well, that'll be a first, because any place we've been before, you've had to have your own
soap
on that. In fact, we buy these sheets that are the detergent. They're flat sheets, so they're easy to pack in your suitcase, and you just it's like a dryer sheet, except it's for the washing. You throw them. They do a fairly good job, too. Let's see.
We ordered the stuff from the States, and it was a Rick Steves backpack. It's a fairly simple backpack, but it has a lot of pockets. And it's set the size of the backpack is exactly the right size that if you needed to carry it on, it's the maximum size.
And it does have an expansion system in it. So there's a zipper, like suitcases have this too, a lot of them, where you undo the zipper and you get another couple of inches.
Yeah, but then it becomes bigger than what regulation
Yeah,
size
then
is.
at that. But I mean, if you needed to pack more in it,
Yeah.
you're like in our case, if we bought
I mean,
something,
when we were into Holland, we bought some fabric. We didn't buy a ton of fabric, but we did buy some fabric, and was still able to get it in to our backpacks before we left. So
yeah. And Grant's here. Hi, Grant. Listening and cutting fabric at the same time. Layla says my hair goes past my waist and it is extremely thick, and I'm fine with that travel size bottles. Okay, so there you go. Even if you take a couple of them, and the thing is, as you use them up, kind of a deal, you just toss them, rather than lugging a great big huge bottle of stuff and you've got 3/4 of it. I mean, you could throw it out. I mean, we've been on trips where we've had to buy something like that, but we weren't taking it home. We pitched it.
No, we don't have the Rick Steves rolling back hatbag.
Nope.
Ours has no wheels on it. You have to either put it on your back or carry it.
Yeah, or expandable handle. Expandable handle. Wonder what that is.
Well, you can get this one called a rolling backpack, but it takes up space.
Yeah,
and it says extra weight. So we're not so decrepit that
we have theory practice. We want to go as light as we possibly can without going naked. Okay, so that's what we do. And I think the last time when we went to the Netherlands, I've got a hand scale, so you can weigh, you clamp it on and pull it up and it tells you what the weight is, because we're allowed.
I think it's called the Rick Steves convertible backpack or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember for sure.
Okay.
But it's one that doesn't have wheels though.
So as I was saying, we weigh them, and I think last time when we went to the Netherlands, and that was the first time that we'd used these backpacks, we were way under.
Yeah, I think I was 15 pounds or something.
I think I was about the same. So yeah, and we were allowed to take how many pounds? 25?
Yeah,
25?
We're allowed to take 50 pounds.
50 pounds? Holy shit, we can get a small child in there. Not that I want to, but yeah, like, oh God, well, no. 50 pounds? I won't be able to lift 50 pounds. I'm old. I'm decrepit.
And not only that, we're allowed 2 suitcases on our ticket each.
No. Now, I know what a bunch of them are out there saying. Oh, you can bring back all this fabric. No, we're not. So that
I'm not into dragging it around.
No. So let's talk for a minute about, I'll give you an overview of what Walter, because this will be new to me, what he has planned for this trip. So let's start with, if we live through the airport. That's the part I hate about traveling. I hate the airport. The cattle call, the whole bit. Although the last couple of times, now that they've got those kiosks, if they're working properly, it's not quite as bad with it. But, and then you got to go through the security system, and, everybody's a criminal unless proven guilty, proven innocent, as far as they're concerned. And you never know. Do I have to take off my shoes or don't I have to take off my shoes? Why can't they have, at least in Toronto, a sign that says, take off your goddamn shoes? Or, you don't have to take them. And it's a mystery.
Or do you have to remove your belt?
Yeah. It's always a mystery when you get up there. I mean, sometimes I just take off my shoes automatically, throw them in the thing. I'm going to take off your shoes. Well, too late.
Do I need to take my laptop or my what do you call it, your iPad out? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Like, make up your bloody minds and put it on something when I'm standing in the line to go through that I can read and go, uh-huh. Of course, you're always behind somebody. They always tell you have to empty out your pockets.
And the other thing people do, which really annoy me, is I think you're only allowed a certain amount of milliliters in your
Okay, you just jumped right on top of me and right ahead before I finished that. I thought
Okay,
you were
go
going to
ahead.
add something to it,
To
but
what we
no.
were doing.
I'm talking about there's always some old guy in front of you. They've told you have to take everything out of your pockets. He throws something into the thing and he walks through and he goes off. And then he starts taking out 100. Oh, did I have to take this out too? They said take everything out of your pockets. What does the word everything mean to you? Obviously not what it means to the rest of the world. And so there you are, you're standing there in your socked feet with your pants falling down around your knees because your belt had to come off, and wait for this. Like, come on, people, really. Read the signs, listen to what they tell you. I wouldn't want to have their job because when you have to deal with stupid people.
What I was saying is I was behind a
Yeah.
guy at one place, and it says you can only take a certain amount of milliliter containers in your carry-on. And so he had this great big huge bottle with less than 30 milliliters or whatever the amount is. And he was arguing with the staff, well, I only have 30 milliliters in the bottom of this and this big huge container. And they said, no, it has to be the size of the container.
Yeah.
So like if you put a one liter jug down with 30 milliliters in it, that's not good. It has to be a 30 milliliter container.
And they're not going to take the time to get out a measuring cup and go,
No,
okay,
that's no good. Throw it
I'm
out.
not doing that. Let's see here. Adam says the backpacks we use are East Pack cabin bags.
Okay.
That
doesn't ring a bell to me.
No, that might be something that they only get over there, or with that. I don't know. I've never heard of that brand. Lucy says, we're going to Europe by ferry. So much easier than airports. My husband is in a wheelchair, so we'll have the convenience of having our own car. Security is much easier. Well, yeah, I've heard a lot of horror stories about people that are in wheelchairs and flights and everything for that. So yeah, if you can do that, that's probably the way to go. Adam says, that's no way to talk about Walter Stephen. He forgot he had coins in his pocket. Just kidding. No, he probably wouldn't have any coins. We don't use money. We don't use cash. We're electronic here in Canada.
Yeah,
Although, speaking of which, Japan, I'm a little concerned about this. We're taking some cash with us, Japanese yen.
Yeah, because apparently they're still a cash-based society.
Yeah.
You would think they're such an electronic country would be do more electronic pay. Like what threw me is that you can get a transit card there, but the transit card, if you got a physical card, you have to go to a machine to fill it up to add money to your transit card by putting cash in the machine. Crazy. It doesn't take credit. But we've got a transit card that I guess they do have if you're an Apple iPhone user, and you can get a transit card on your phone in your Apple Wallet, and it will you can fill it up with money on your Apple Pay. So that works for us.
Okay, so that means that thing, because I've got mine set up now on my phone today. So we only put, 3,000 yen?
Yeah, you put 3,000 yen on it,
Yeah.
which is about $28.
$28 or something like that.
$24.
Anyways, so if I need to put more money on it.
You do like what you did today on Apple Pay.
Oh, okay.
It says add 3,000.
Oh, yes, that part of it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that'll be, good. But will that card work?
Geez, old people.
You've been sitting here studying this for like months on months.
The transit card that we got, it's called a Suica for Tokyo. There's a Passmo for Osaka. Anyway, but they're available. If you buy wherever you buy it in the country, or whichever card you get, you can use it anywhere in the country.
So the Sasiko won't work while we're in.
It will work while we're in Osaka. the Pasmo works anywhere in the country. The Suica works anywhere in the country. But when you're in Tokyo, you have to buy the Suica. When you're in Osaka, you have to buy the Pasmo. I know that's just the way their system works. Okay.
But you just told me that the Seiko card works anywhere in Japan.
Yeah, but they say, okay, if you land in Tokyo, get the Suica. If you land in Osaka, they get the Pasmo. Because you can't get the Suica in Osaka.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So anyway, so we have that card, and that card allows you to use on all the transit systems except for the bullet train, and it allows you to use it. Some vending machines take it, some restaurants take it, 7-Elevens take it. You can pay for stuff using it, or 7-Eleven I think actually takes credit cards as well.
Okay, now if I wanted to use my regular credit card, I saw something I want to pick up in a store. Is that common? Can you do that?
Yeah, the bigger stores, yeah. But if you go to a mom and pop store or whatever, you'll have to pay cash. And some restaurants only take cash.
Okay. It's going to be an experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be different.
Well, it's better than the old days when we first started traveling. We used to have traveler's checks.
We went to a fish and chip shop that's local last week.
Yeah.
That told me they don't take credit. They don't take card payment.
Like we
no
looked
debit.
At what?
No credit. And I almost didn't order from them.
Did
I hadn't go there in a long time.
Did they realize they were in Canada?
Yeah, because I've never hit a store lately in this area that doesn't take a card. And so we almost canceled the order, and it turned out it was really, really, really good. No wonder they can get away with it.
As opposed to the pizza we got last night, which was
terrible.
Absolutely horrible. You know, I love pizza. It's one of my favorite food groups. I have never really met a pizza that I couldn't eat. I did last night. Well, I ate it anyways, but I didn't feel well afterwards. But yeah. Anyways, that's what Adam says. Top-up credit cards are brilliant. We did that. You can get one supplied by the post office here. You just ping money onto it through the app as an Apple Pay transaction too. Yeah. When we were in Holland, in the Netherlands, we just used our Apple Pay. Our
Apple Pay.
Yeah, but we could just take our phone in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it says, can you travel wallet? Put your bank. I have a bank debit card on my travel wallet.
I do too.
However, I practically never use it. I always use my credit card.
Yeah, I never use my debit card anymore. I used to for a long time, and we've gone completely. We use our credit cards for everything. And the reason being is we never carry a balance. I pay off our credit cards. I pay off every week. But I have a record of what I've bought, where I bought it, and I should have been a bookkeeper because I'm very, very particular about keeping very accurate. Like I have spreadsheets. Okay, that's enough said about that. And plus, the cards that we have give us points as well, and so we've used the points to buy groceries. We've used the points to buy. I've used them to get gift certificates for like certain restaurants or stuff like that. So yeah. So that's how we do our finances now, all that way. Cash, I have got the same 30 Canadian dollars in my wallet that's been in there for about a year. Yeah, or more. I don't even remember how to use an ATM. Well, I do. But I mean, I don't take cash out for anything. So this is why Japan is going to be kind of a hybrid on all of this stuff. I mean, the Netherlands, no problem. Birmingham, London, no problem. You know, with that kind of thing. So
yeah. Plus, my credit card has some travel insurance on it. Not a lot, but it has some on it. And I can cancel it. I can put a limit on my credit card from my phone. I can cancel it from my phone if I have to. So that's extra. And I have more than one credit card, so.
And let's see. Dubrovka says, okay, Walter, we're going to hire you for a travel agent advisor. We pay well. Oh, I don't know how well you pay. Let's talk. Uh, Joan says, some merchants are not taking credit cards. The bank charged the merchants. So some sat checks or cash only, especially small stores. That is true, Joan. But they are, at least here, I'm not sure. I think you're in England, aren't you, Joan? Here in Canada, it's very rare that you're going to find a store that doesn't take credit cards or debit cards. It could be a really small mom and pop thing, like this place that Walter was talking about for the fish and chips. I mean, that's why we were shocked. Like, huh? How's that work?
They were cheap and the food was really good.
Yeah. But you're right. The merchants do get charged to, have, like, they have to pay.
Yeah, they do. There is a
credit card
fee for credit card use, and some places prefer you to use debit. So, I mean, I have a debit as an option as well. So,
yeah. So, yeah. Adam says, you tend to have more insurance, etc. on credit cards, too, for fraud prevention. Yes, you do. Teresa says, wonder if that small business stopped credit cards due to the fees they have to pay. Yeah, they did.
No, what?
Some of them.
Like yeah, I know, but the fish and chips shop is not geared to have any kind of electronic payment.
No, they're very,
they're older Greek
There
people.
are a couple of older Greek ladies that were
and
in
they
there.
don't. They basically said they don't want the hassle with it.
Yeah, but you're right. The profit margins are so thin on some of these smaller things. Yeah, it eats into it all the way, and so it makes it very difficult for them to do business. However, if I know that they don't take credit, they're a cash only basis. Unless it's something I can't get anywhere else, I'm sorry. I'm not going to support them.
Well, the other thing is that one thing that I would think it was worrisome for business is that in these days is that if they have a lot of cash on hand, they could be potential victims for robbery. So
yeah, but I mean, support mom and pop shops. I'm for it, but
when we were in the Netherlands, I was surprised everybody took.
Everybody, didn't matter how big or how small.
And even we went to a fabric market, and I figured we'd have to pay cash there, but no, they didn't even accept cash. They said no. They had signs all over the place that said no cash.
Nope,
we don't deal with cash.
They're completely electronic there. So that's what I'm saying. These small places, if they're going to run a business at all, eventually here in Canada, that won't be an option for them not to take credit cards or do electronic transfer, because they'll be pushed out, which is sad, but that's the way the world is going. I mean, there are people out there who still write checks for things. They pay their bills. Do you know how much banks are charging you to write a check? And if you need to get checks from the bank, how much they charge you for it? I mean, that's so
and like even if I use my debit card, there's a fee associated with my debit card as well.
Yeah.
Because I have a transaction fee. The money change for credit cards is the same as for a credit card is about the same as it is for a debit card. So there's not much advantage to me using a debit card.
Yeah, it's just the way the world is going. It's, the electronic age. Oh, Matt's here. Hi, Matt. Ooh, who's minding the store? Both you and Adam are here. Or both you and John are here. John says, Matt must have heard the word pizza. Yeah. Oh, Joan's in Eugene, Oregon. So, yeah. Well, okay. Don't take this as an insult to Americans, because there's plenty of other things we could say that will insult you. But the American banking system and financial system is behind many of the countries in the world. I sorry to say, and you're behind us in Canada too. Yeah. So, I mean, some places are up to date, but we've been through the States and many times, no, the electronics doesn't work the same there.
Yeah, like, I mean, you went to a fabric store when we were in,
Dahlonega?
no, not Dahlonega. Where was it?
Berlin?
Berlin. And they took your credit card behind the counter.
Yeah. They took my physical credit card behind the counter to do, like, no. That card is mine. You no touchy.
They don't have
You give
terminals.
me your little box and
Yeah.
I will tap it. Yeah, I was a little uncomfortable with that. So, yeah. I mean, mind you, it was owned by Mennonites. So, I mean, you're supposed to be able to trust Mennonites, right? Maybe not. I've seen them
And
pull out
we've
their
been to
iPhones.
places. I mean, we haven't been to the U.S. in a while, but they actually, when they take they'll take your credit card, and at a restaurant and take it back and charge it. I mean, we don't do that here.
And we don't know whether they've got one of those machines, a skimmer.
We
that
always
reads the
have
information.
payment machines come right to your table.
Right to your table. Yeah. Like, no. Rachel says, my friend works with special needs people and they like to use cash so they can keep a check on how much cash they have left. It's easier for them as they can't keep track electronically. Well, yeah, in the case like that, you can see that. Why? So, yeah, there are some exceptions to things, you know. Teresa says, I can't remember the last time I wrote a check. Yeah, I know exactly. Kim is here. Hi, Kim. Don is also here. I had to pay cash here in Canada, Alberta for my oxygen machines, which was over $5,000, which who has that much cash laying around? I'm lucky we managed to get it. No cards used.
Well, could you not have done an e-transfer?
Yeah.
That's how last time when we had our windows put in, they wanted cash.
I would question the company. If a company wants $5,000 for something and they want it only in cash, what kind of company is this?
Well, remember we had our windows put in and they...
Yeah, that's true.
And they wanted cash.
Yeah.
But they accepted an e-transfer, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did that by e-transfer. But I don't know. In this day and age, especially when you're putting out when it's that kind of money. You know, okay, mom and pop store where you're paying for something that's $20, $30 or something. And yeah, but something as major as that? Barb says, remember the days when they put your credit card on a big bulky machine with the paper receipt? Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you this story. My hairdresser. I pay with my credit card. Not a problem. She gets out those little receipts that you went through the machine. She doesn't have the little machine to make the impression, but she physically writes the information on that slip. And there is a point of sale electronic machine right there in front of her. But she rents a chair kind of a thing in this shop. And she's not buying into it because she says, no, she's kind of cheap. Okay. And so she does this. Well, the other day she says, this is becoming a real pain in the ass. She says, I may have to break down and get my own machine or point of sale. And I said, I wish you would. But
well, not only that, she has to write the numbers down because our credit cards don't, at least my credit card doesn't have.
Mine doesn't. They don't have the embossed anymore.
Don't have embossed numbers on them.
But she doesn't even have one of those machine things. Like she writes it all down onto the little carboned piece, you know, and she pulls off the one onion skin piece and gives it to you as the receipt. Like, come on, hello. 2026 is calling. They want you to catch up with the program. No. Donna says Edmonton, Alberta. Donna says, no, we could not do that. It was Alberta Health Company. Wow. That's so last century. With that. Rich says, sometimes I wish younger people use cash. Ping, ping, ping on their watches or phones. Not a clue what they are spending. My daughter spent £1,000 in 3 weeks. Ridiculous amount. Hadn't realized. Well, yeah, that's true. If you actually have the cash in your hand, you can see how it's disappearing. And so, yeah, it's very tempting. I know when I was young, when I got my first teaching job, I was in my early 20s, I had my first credit card, and I was buying stuff off the credit card all the time, and I ran
Yeah, like I
into a
just
problem.
look up my bank right away after I come home from if I bought something, and right away I pay it off
Yep.
on my credit card. I
They
don't
hate
wait
us.
for the bill. So
They hate us. They don't make any money on the interest because we don't have anything a balance
we
carried
never
over.
carry a balance.
We never
so.
carry a balance. So yeah. But yeah, but the day and age we're moving to it. The world is moving to it. It's going to be, and you know, but I know some older people, older than us, and I don't want to do that. I don't trust those systems. That I don't do my banking electronically. I go into the teller and the whole bit. Okay, I get it. I get it. But, you're a dying breed, for one thing. And I mean, if you're still able to go to the bank and do your banking with the teller and that, you still have your wherefore-alls around you. You can still learn how to do it electronically. Get a grandchild, they'll show you, or something. Or smart grandchild. Some of them aren't that smart, as we saw with the £1,000 here. But, kind of a thing. But you can't escape it. It's here. They don't give a shit about what you prefer. It's, it's as the Borg said on Star Trek, you will be assimilated. Yeah, with that.
Yeah, well, I said there's some kids that don't really haven't had if they haven't had to work and,
Well, yeah.
and have had cash provided all their lives, they sometimes go and just spend money.
Yeah,
Like,
because they don't know. They don't know the value.
We've heard of kids that, start university and then they go out and buy a $500 coat just, because it was there and I wanted it.
Yeah.
So.
And mommy and daddy said, okay, fine, we'll pay for that. Ruth says, I don't like it when there's a cash price and credit price listed. I don't carry cash. Just tell me how much it costs. Yeah, I'm like that too, Ruth. That annoys me for some reason. In some ways, I guess it's to encourage you so they don't have to pay the transaction. The business doesn't have to pay the transaction fee on that if you give them cash. And they're enticing you because the cash price is usually 2 or 3% less than what the credit is. But come on, people. I don't know. It's just me, but I don't want to do business with you if that's the way you work with it, because that's not how the modern world works. I'm sorry, it isn't. It isn't. And you could kick and scream and shout all you want about it's better to pay cash and by check and all this for this reason, this reason, this reason. The fact is they don't care. It's going to be here. It already is here in this country. And obviously countries in Europe too, many of them, and England as well, and UK. So yeah, we have to get on the bandwagon or we'll get left behind. Kim says, I love using my phone to pay. Yeah, I use my watch.
Yeah, we got used to that last time we were in Australia because everybody was doing it. And we thought, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
And ever since then, that's all the way I anytime I buy anything, I only use my phone.
I use my watch.
Yeah, you tend to use your watch.
Bing. Yep. I love it. I love doing that. Bing. Yep. It's so easy and fast. Rich says, oh, wow, not seeing that in the UK. Different prices for cash or card. Yeah. Barb says, our neighborhood Chinese food takes both cash and cards, but will give you 10 or 15% off if you pay by cash. Yeah, I've seen that. Like at Chinese food places. I don't know the one where we get it from. Do they do that?
Yeah, it's cheaper if I pay cash.
Yeah. But it's not that much.
No,
cheaper.
It's not a big savings.
No. Donna says, no, they sure didn't, and I'm on a pension. No, they're talking about that health place. That seems terrible.
That seems strange.
Like, really? That's a device you need, and then they're charging that, but not taking credit or whatever. That boggles my mind. But anyways, so yeah, so what else do we have planned? So we get off the plane. What do we do as soon as we get off the plane? What do we have to do? Where are we going? What's
Well,
happening?
we have to go through customs.
Well, I mean, okay, let's. But we have a thing for that, don't we? That's supposed to get us
Yeah,
through
yeah,
faster?
it's supposed to get us through faster. I don't know how much faster, but yeah, you have to when you travel to Japan, you have to log in and fill out your custom papers online before you get there, and then they provide you with a QR code if you're not if you're not phone literate, so that you can have on your phone and you get through customs easier. So.
Okay, so but they don't do it like the way that we do it here in Canada, where you take your passport, lay it on the machine, and bing bing. And
Yeah,
out you
they
go?
do that, but they also these are your customs forms. You know the form you
Oh,
fill out
yeah,
and
yeah,
say
yeah.
I've got $10,000 and I have $100,000 in cash with me.
But we don't fill out those forms anymore
No,
in Canada.
no, but if you do the Arrive Can or whatever, that's where you fill out those forms, right?
I
You-
didn't think the Arrive can work
Well,
anymore.
supposedly that's what you still do. Otherwise, you have to fill in a form. We ended up filling out a form on the computer screen.
Oh, we did it
Yeah.
electronically though.
But
Yeah.
but in Japan, you either if you don't have this this pre-registered card that you fill in, right?
No.
You have to go through the old way and fill out a card to get into Japan, and it says you can take 2 to 3 hours to get through customs to get if you don't have that.
Well, if they're doing a strip search, they better be damn cute.
So we've got that. And then we get on to, I've got it so that there's a subway train that I know which one I have to take. And we go on to that subway and we pay with our Suica card.
Suica card. Okay.
And it's supposed to take us directly to a subway stop that's within walking distance of our hotel.
Oh, okay. And what time do we get to Tokyo?
At 1500 hours,
So 3
o'clock
3 o'clock. Well, that's what time we get in on at the airport.
at the airport.
So heaven only knows how long it'll be before we get to Tokyo.
yeah.
Well, we
It's
may.
about a half-hour subway ride to Tokyo. So
And you said there was a 7-Eleven or something that we can get
there is
food
a
at.
7-Eleven right in our building.
Yeah. And the 7-Elevens over there are not like the 7-Elevens over here. You can go in there and they have like all kinds of food that you can like, and there's even booze, isn't there?
Yeah, you can buy alcohol.
It's more like a restaurant sort of.
Yeah, you can buy, and you've got stuff that you can heat your food up with, and you've got they have like what do you call it? Not Slurpee machine. What do you call smoothie machines? You buy a cup with the fruit and stuff in it, and you take it over the machine. It blends it all up for you.
Ooh! I think the second thing I'm going to be looking forward to is the smoothie machine.
And
I'm
apparently
looking
they
forward
have
to the Japanese toilet.
coffee machines that grind the beans and everything else for you and stuff.
Ooh. And yet they still take cash at certain things.
Yeah.
There's a dichotomy here, or a contradiction or whatever with it all. So yeah, so okay. And then what's our first major event
Well,
besides sleeping?
after sleeping,
Mhm.
because I assume that after the first day it'll be
Be wiped.
wiped day. The next day, I plan to explore the subway system. And
What am I doing?
go to there's a big temple that I want to go to because later that week they have some celebration at this temple for about 3 days, and it's going to be mass chaos there. So it's best to hit the temple before there's mass chaos.
So far we've got 2 out of the 3 things. We're going to eat, pray, and
Yeah, and we may do some other exploring. Like later that day, I want to go by the place that will be on the day after.
oh yeah. So
Because the day after on the Wednesday, we're going to Team Planets in the morning.
Okay, Barb says Aren't the Japanese toilets holes in the floor? Oh, God, Barb, what old
No.
movie are you watching?
No, that's if you go to China.
Yeah.
And China is not like, it's not holes in the floor. China, it's the flush toilet and it's flush in the floor. You have to squat over it, but it's a nice toilet.
But not Japan.
No,
Japan's are completely automated. They powder your tushy, they dry your tushy, they spray your tushy, they do all the
and they heat the water and
yeah, and the seat, yeah. Uh, yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to these toilets. We need to
No,
renovate
we went
the
to
bathroom.
China many years ago, and they do have flush toilets, but they're flat in the floor.
Well, not all of them.
Well, only in public places. If you go into your hotel rooms, have regular toilets. So
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that too. So 2 machines, and I'm looking forward to going to electronic stores, and we are going to go to the fabric district in Tokyo, and we've got a food tour, and we're doing all kinds of things. So, but anyways, we did have a topic today.
well, if you're too old to squat, just hold it in.
Yeah. Topic today was we're going to look at social media. Should it be banned for kids? Because out western part of Canada, they are trying to put a bill through to do something. I don't know how it would work, but to keep kids off the social media. And I don't necessarily disagree with it. But guess what? We're not going to talk about that today. So I guess now I have truly clickbait in the title of this week. We'll save that for another time or whatever. So next Sunday, none of this, okay? We'll be in the air. Hopefully, I've got on the plane with a minimal amount of crisis handling over it all, and on their way to Japan. And so, yeah, stay tuned for the videos and things when we put those up, and because we're taking you with us, so to speak. And Donna says when she was in Indonesia, the toilets were in the floor, but not in my room. They weren't. Yeah. So, yeah. As North Americans, sometimes we believe what we see on TV about foreign places. And it's not always absolutely correct, you know.
I mean, actually, we went to a place, remember where we went to where the terracotta warriors were in China? And they announced, the tour director announced, there is Western toilets here.
Yeah. Just in case people were afraid. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, thanks for joining us today, everybody. And, well, I'll have my usual videos up this week, but probably the next time you will see us live, maybe live, we'll be in Japan. So have a good one. Thanks.